All right, today we're continuing on in the story of Moses. We're now in the second book of the Bible, the book of Exodus. And the children of Israel is just leaving Egypt. We had the Passover. The last video was the Passover and everything that happened that night before they left. This is the very next morning, and the children of Israel is they're now on their way to freedom. Okay, I'm reading to you now from chapter 13, Exodus chapter 13. Here we go. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both man and of beast, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which you came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand of the Lord brought you out from this place. There should be no leavened bread eaten. This day came you out on the month of Abib. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee out into the land of the Canaanites and of the Hittites and the Amorites and of the Hivites and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy father to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep this service in this month. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread, and in the seventh day shall it be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in any and all thy quarters. And thou shalt show thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be a sign unto thee upon thy hand, and for a memorial between thy eyes, that the Lord's law may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand hath the Lord brought thee out of Egypt. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in the seasons from year to year. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto thee and to thy fathers, and shall give it to thee, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that open the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of the beast which thou hast, the male shall be the Lord's. And every firstling of an ass that shall redeem with a lamb. And if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break its neck. And all the firstborn of man among thy children thou shalt redeem. And there shall be, when thy son asks thee in the time to come, saying, What is this? You shall say unto them, By strength of the hand of the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beasts. Therefore I sacrificed to the Lord all that opened the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thy hand, and from the frontlets between thine eyes. For the strength of the hand of the Lord brought us out from Egypt. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war and they return to Egypt. Remember that. and they want to return back and go back to Egypt. Remember that. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall when God visits you, you shall carry my bones away with you. And they took their journey from Succoth and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a cloud, in a pillar of cloud, to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Okay, that's chapter 13, and we're coming into chapter 14. That is so key. That is so key. You know, he had this cloudy pillar going from the sky all the way down to the ground. And it swirled around a certain kind of way. And it moved a certain kind of way so that everybody could follow it. And it was a pillar of cloud by day, and then a pillar of fire by night. And it swirled around a certain kind of way. And it moved a certain kind of way so that everybody can follow it. Please forgive me. I find that to be one of the most weirdest yet wonderful things ever. I mean, you know, that must have been the most wonderful and weirdest thing. Sometimes when I think about that, I imagine like what that must have been like for the animals. This gigantic cloud coming from the sky down to the ground, and it's swirling around. Who knows what kind of noise it made, or how wide it was, or the matter that was going on in it. And we're not even talking about that night, that same cloud turned into a pillar of fire going around like that. I mean, what that must have looked like to the animals. You know what I mean? And everybody's following it. Everybody's following it. You know? Oh, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. And when I worship the Lord, I use a psalm, Psalm 136, where he's talking about all of this. Where in Psalm 136, when you're worshiping the Lord and you're affirming, you know, unto thee, for thy mercy endures forever and ever. Unto thee who struck Egypt in their firstborn, for thy mercy endures forever and ever. You know what I mean? At one point it says, unto thee, O Lord, who with a strong hand and a stretched out arm, for thy mercy endures forever and ever. To thee who divided the Red Sea into parts, for thy mercy endures forever and ever. You know what I mean? And allow thy children to pass through in the middle of it on dry ground. I'm getting ahead of myself. For thy mercy endures forever and ever. And I put in there, you know, to thee, O Lord, who made the cloudy pillar go from the sky down to the ground. And this is not in Psalm 136. I just put it in there when I'm worshiping our Father. I put it in there because it's happened right here in the midst of all of this. But I just find it to be just a wonderful, powerful thing. I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'll continue on. Okay. And then I'll come back and explain more about that. We're now coming into Exodus 14. Woo! The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Philotharoth, and between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-Lephron. Before it ye shall camp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are encamped in the land, in the wilderness have shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord, and they shall do so. And it was told to the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, that all the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with a high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, besides Philatharoth, before Baal-zephon. And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched against them. And they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And he said unto Moses, here we go. Remember, I told you to watch out for the children of Israel, because they were going up one with Abraham, and now they're going the other way with Moses. And here's where it starts in a big way. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt this like this with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is it not the word that we did not tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, fear you not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he hath shown you today. For the Egyptians whom you've seen this day, you shall never see them again, ever, no more. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they may go forward. But lift up thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon his host, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went before their face and stood behind them. Woo! And it came okay, so let me explain this. So they were following this cloudy pillar of the cloud during the day and the pillar of fire at night. But here's during, they're following. And when they saw, when the Egyptians came, this cloudy pillar went behind them and got between them and the chariots. Woo! It came. I'll read that again. The angel of God, which went before them, camped in Israel, and removed and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud went from before their face and stood behind them, and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched forth, while that was going on, while it was held up like the Egyptians were held up like that, Moses stretched forth stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. The most important part right here to show you is that all of this, we're talking about our energy that makes the whole sea make a move of some kind. So we're talking about massive wind, massive energy, and all that. But that's not the kicker. That's bad enough within itself. The kicker is this all happened at night. Every picture, illustration, or anything you see about Moses and the children and going to the Red Sea, or the Red Sea waters divided up, or whatever, it's all during the daytime and all of that. This all happened at night. Can you imagine trying to run through there? You got these two walls of massive water on both sides. But this is all going on at night. Only thing you can see is the people in front of you running, and you're running behind them. That's it. Let me go on. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. Sea, dry ground. We're not even talking about mud and all that. Dry ground, okay? And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all of Pharaoh's horses and chariots and the horsemen. Okay, 24. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked into the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. And there they took off their chariot wheels, and they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, "Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians." So in other words, they took off the wheels just so that they try to hurry up and get this done and get them people killed over there. Pharaoh made them take their wheels off of the chariots and try to get through anyway in the mud and all that. Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength. When the morning appeared, the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. And the children of Israel walked upon dry ground, dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw the great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord God and his servant Moses. So I'm going to stop here and come back at chapter 15. Woo! Woo! And I'm hoping that you're enjoying these stories, and I'm hoping that these videos, you're able to see them, see what's going on. You see how it's happening like it there. And you watch these videos a couple of times, soon you'll know them just by heart. You'll know them by heart, and you'll be able to teach somebody else. Okay? Lord willing, you'll teach somebody in your family, your children, for example. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that these Bible videos will bring people together, family members, Bible time, and different things like that. So until we talk again, all right? The next video is coming right around the corner. So until then, you take care. God bless. Thank you for watching, and be ready for the next video. Take care.